Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact Meteorologist Michael Behrens alongside Jay Plyburn.
Not a meteorologist.
But a weather enthusiast.
Fan of the weather, especially storms. I'm not as big a fan of the storms, but comes with the territory this time of year.
Absolutely.
And those were some loud storms last night.
Oh, dude, yesterday, those storms, when they came through, the lightning, it just seemed extra loud, the thunder that it created. Heavy rain, strong winds, even some hail out there.
But we're done with it for today.
Yes.
The calm in between the storms, you said.
Unfortunately, in between the storms.
Coming back tomorrow.
Coming back tomorrow. You notice the red there in the intro, the red on the banner, the red behind us. It's because there's another 10 TV weather impact alert day as we head to tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get you informed on what you need to know. Storms possible tomorrow, much on the same timeline they were yesterday, mostly during the afternoon into the evening. That's where we think the strongest threat for storms will be. Wind, our biggest threat. Hail comes after that. Can't rule out the other forms of severe weather either, but for the most part, wind and hail, the two biggest forms. Make sure you're staying connected. Have the 10 TV app on your phone now. That way you can get those weather alerts sent right to your mobile device. And of course, have 10 TV Plus app on your TV. You can download and watch for free any of those extra bits of storm coverage we might end up doing as we head toward tomorrow. Today, though, the only thing you need to worry about is getting out to enjoy the sunshine and bringing some sunscreen with you when you do, because it is going to be a nice sunny afternoon. These conditions expected to last pretty much all day long. A cool start this morning, 40s and 50s, but we'll warm up pretty nicely into the afternoon. We're talking temperatures that'll make their way up through the 60s at lunchtime into the 70s. By the time we get into the peak of the afternoon, we'll see a little bit more in the way of cloud cover later today, but really mostly just sunshine to enjoy and not quite as hot and humid as things were as we worked through yesterday. The bad news is, though, it's only one day, so you got to enjoy it while you can. And enjoy it responsibly. Like we're saying, bring the sunscreen, because as we get to the peak of the sunshine this afternoon, we're talking a level 8 UV index forecast. That's very high. You definitely need those sunscreen conditions outside, SPF 30 or higher, to protect you from that sun if you're going to be outside for any extended period of time. The other thing you might need is some allergy pills, because we're talking high tree pollen levels across the region, and the grasses not doing much better either. They've bumped up to moderate levels across central Ohio, so this definitely means the allergy sufferers are kind of feel these pollen levels as you step outside. Don't forget the nasal spray if you're going to be outside today. And like we said, get out while you can, because those rain chances, they're coming back. We're talking up to a 70% chance for showers and storms as we head through tomorrow. That rain lingers into your Friday as well, so you definitely need to enjoy the sun while it's around, because that next system that's out to our west already brewing up some storms. These aren't expected to make it here today. These should stop before getting into central Ohio, but by tomorrow, that all changes. So let's go through things hour by hour. This is early in the morning, about 10 o'clock. We're looking at showers by this point, scattered around, maybe a rumble of thunder, but not really anything severe. As we head into the afternoon, that's when we'll start to fire up some of those stronger storms. And kind of like yesterday, this is going to come in more than one wave. So just because you had one storm go through already doesn't mean you're done for the day. You got to keep weather aware. Showers and storms continue to push through as we head through the evening and into the overnight Thursday. These will start to wrap up as we get past about 10 o'clock, with anything beyond that mostly being rain. Those showers out there, those chances continue as we work our way into Friday. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, of scattered showers, a possibility. Those possibly could include a rumble of thunder, but the good news is we're not expecting anything severe as we head into the end of the week. That's not the case for Thursday, though. We are under a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather across central Ohio. A little bit lower risk factor than what we saw for yesterday, but we're still focusing on kind of the same risk factor. That is primarily going to be the winds out there. Hail, while low, I would say is kind of the second factor. I think tornado and flooding risk are even lower than that, but we don't really have a very low category to put them in. So wind, again, primary concern. Hail would come after that. And again, that's enough for us to issue a 10 TV weather impact alert day for the second half of the day on Thursday. So you need to stay weather aware. You need to stay connected into the afternoon. Kind of what we've been saying over and over, that main threat going to be those winds. But of course, we have to keep a close eye on any of those storms, because we can't rule anything out when it comes to severe weather chances for tomorrow. As we head into the weekend, temperatures, they go down. We're talking 60s for highs Saturday as rain kind of lingers into the start of the weekend, maybe even a stray shower on Sunday, but we do get back to dry weather as we head toward next week. Temperatures climbing back up the ladder to 80 degrees, so that warm weather will get here before you know it. But again, this afternoon, not bad either. I would definitely recommend enjoying this one while you can, because those temperatures will be nice and comfortable with that sunshine later today. And again, we got to get ready for that next round of storms as we head toward tomorrow. Today, hump day, kind of that hill in the middle between those two rounds of strong weather that we're going to have here this week.
If there is a silver lining, it's that there's still plenty of sunshine peeking out from behind those clouds, despite the multiple days of rain. Really only one day of severe storm activity, though, and that comes Thursday.
Yeah, so nothing's going to be a total all-day washout. We're not talking like widespread doesn't stop raining days, but we're talking days where you just got to keep an eye on the radar. Of course, you can do that in the 10 TV app, and, you know, time it right, you can get outside and enjoy some sunshine.
You time it right, you see a rainbow. Little mix of
there you go. You sent us a photo of the rainbow. Yeah, rainbows are the good things, but, you know, severe weather, that is the bad thing. And we've seen our weather impacts here over the past day, certainly seen our fair share. At the height of yesterday's storms, severe weather caused thousands of people to lose power in Franklin County alone. This video is from East Northwood Avenue and North High Street, where our crews captured repair work ongoing last night. You can see those wires. They fell on several homes along Northwood after wind blew down a pole. Along with the outages, many families are now focusing on cleaning up the damage that these storms left behind, including crews working on those power lines. We talked to an AEP Ohio representative about what you need to do to prepare for the next major storm.
Sign up for alerts at aepohio.com/alerts. Follow us on Facebook. We do post a lot of pictures. We'll keep you up to date on event ETRs or the restoration or expected restoration of outages for your area. That way you can stay aware and alert. And if you need to make any other plans or go somewhere else, that'll give you a general idea on how long you might be out of power.
On top of the impacts to power, those storms yesterday hit right as when many schools were letting out for the day. This was video from a viewer in Hilliard, and you can see kids making a mad dash for the bus. Around central Ohio, many people saw penny-sized hail and experienced those winds that hit above 60 miles per hour at times. Not good. As a reminder, since we are expecting more storms kind of like yesterday, you can make sure you download the 10 TV app so that you don't have to miss any severe weather alerts when storms come our way. You get direct messages sent straight to your phone. That's a good app to have out there.
It's a good app.
Absolutely. Not to toot our own horn. But it is a good app.
Slightly biased.
And those storms from yesterday, well, unfortunately, they didn't stop being severe after they moved through Ohio. Barry Pintar has this report from just over the border in Pennsylvania.
The entire backside of this house crushed under the weight of 3 different trees. This oak, a tree trunk about 3 feet thick, snapped, plowing onto a garage roof, moving it off its foundation. The entire backside of this house and deck, including the inside kitchen, crushed by not only that oak, but also a maple and pine. High winds and devastation, the homeowner says he's never seen the like of in the 50 years he's lived here.
Was it shocking? Were you expecting it? I mean, from what you did, it come quickly? Tell me what happened.
It came real quick. I mean, instantly, because we were clearing parts out of the garage out to get the truck in. And it was instantaneous.
Then to Coriopolis, where the homeowner says, again without warning, a massive tree collapses, falls, as if the decades-old root structure was no help in keeping it standing.
It's a very substantial tree, and you could see the roots are, you know, they're as big as a tree itself. And it must have been a real wind tunnel here that just cracked them.
Then to Robinson Township, another massive tree falls with such force it takes down not only power lines, but snaps the utility pole holding up the lines.
It was like debris was hitting me in the face.
Really?
And then I saw the tree fall on, and we both ran in and we ran to the basement like right away. Yeah. I didn't want to take any chances. So.
All this leaving house after house after house here, littered with tree after tree, instilling fear in the entire multi-block neighborhood.
And the wind came in real fast, and I heard a loud noise, and I went in the house. I was scared, and there were 2 explosions on Summit, That's Summit over there, and
What was that? Transformers, you think?
I think there were 2 transformers on this road over here on Summit.
Switching gears now to the wildfires that have been impacting regions of the country, and it's been kind of an active year for those, unfortunately.
Wildfires.
Too many of them, and agents are hunting now for clues as to what started one of those fires, the Palisades fire. And to do that, they're actually about to start something called a controlled fire test. KCAL News reporter Lori Perez is in Pacific Palisades with more.
This fire started over there.
It hasn't been nearly long enough for the memories of the Palisades fire to dim for Gene Gulling. The pool pump he and his sons used to save their Pacific Palisades home is still hooked up, so the thought of seeing any kind of flames again above his neighborhood.
Come on, starting a fire after we had a big fire, it's not really the thing we want here.
Maybe not, but agents from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives say a controlled fire test can help them learn more about exactly how and where the Palisades fire started. To test some of their theories, they say they'll light a fire in this metal bin, which could at times create open flames about 15 feet tall.
The testing is going to involve a propane burner and propane gas. There's not going to be any solid fuels that are ignited. There's not going to be any sort of like controlled burn or anything along those lines. It's simply a steel propane burner. It's a little bit bigger than your backyard barbecue grill. Flame location, flame size is helpful to kind of, if you will, like replaying a movie in reverse, where you're trying to bring it back to its smallest spot, that you can do that within a reasonable degree of scientific certainty.
LAFD says crews will be wetting the area around the controlled fire test and standing by. They're telling locals there's no need to worry if they see small flames in the hills tonight, but that could be easier said than done.
We try to recover, so don't remind us of another fire, right?
And the day is finally here. The COSI Science Festival starts today. How about that?
I'm excited.
And all kinds of fun out there. The festival brings days of fun and celebrations to all things STEAM. That's science, technology, engineering, art, and math across Central Ohio. It's a whole lot of fun for you and your family, and meteorologist Meredith Garofalo got a behind-the-scenes look at a fun experiment.
Thanks so much. I'm so excited. I am here at COSI in Columbus, and I am with Joe Wood. Joe, the Science Festival for COSI is happening for the next week. Tell us all about it. There are so many different events that you can attend.
Yeah, I'm glad you're excited because we are so excited too. This is an event we do every year, but it's not just an event. It's 3 days worth of events all around the community, over 100 events, but it's all culminating here on Saturday for the big science celebration.
Wait a second, the big science celebration. And I'm a meteorologist, I'm a scientist myself, so that excites me. So maybe in a nutshell, what can we expect then? Can you tell us?
Yeah, so the community events are all about highlighting what science is happening in your community, but then on Saturday for the big science celebration, that's right here at COSI outside, and we've got people from all around the community showing off how they do science. It's going to end also with a great big finale using some liquid nitrogen. So that's why I have this stuff here.
Okay, so we have to get prepared,
Yes, we're going to get our safety glasses and our cryo gloves because this is liquid nitrogen. It is negative 321 degrees Fahrenheit.
Then I need to be protected.
So it is.
Kids, don't try this at home.
Yes, don't try this at home. This is just about the coldest stuff that you can find.
Ooh,
and I'm actually going to pour a little bit for you because what we can see is that it's boiling at room temperature, and that does let us do a lot of really cool stuff, so you'll be able to hold that up for folks so they can see. When we think about things that are boiling, we think about things are hot.
I'm a mad meteorologist scientist.
As meteorologists, you know that weather is temperature, pressure, moisture. We can do a lot of that stuff here with this. So when I put this copper pipe, I make a cloud because we are cooling down the water vapor in the air.
I don't know if I forecasted that, but I forecast this one. This is so cool.
Yeah, so this is just a small version of what we're going to be doing at the big finale for the big science celebration.
Awesome.
We're going to go big.
Go big or go home, right?
Yes.
And the best part is we are celebrating the excitement of STEAM careers.
That's right.
So, Joe, thank you so much. We hope to see you there. You can get more on our website, 10tv.com.
Thanks for having me.
That looks like some fun there.
Absolutely.
Got to get out to see that.
Science experiments.
Indeed.
Always fun.
Finally today, some new video into us here at 10 TV. Not quite as fun as what Meredith was out there doing, but definitely an impressive sight as storms moved through the Texoma area on Tuesday, dumping torrential rainfall on ground that was already pretty saturated. They had heavy winds in that area as well, toppling trees as those streets flooded.
Oh no.
Yeah, Wichita Falls there, residents were advised to avoid certain intersections for, well, conditions just like that.
It looks like people are avoiding it other than the person shooting the video. But the good news is nobody's driving through the water, which we see in so many videos.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, there were some reports over the past couple of days of people who drove through floodwaters and they didn't have good outcomes. And that's just one of the things that we always tell people, turn around, don't drown, because one, you never know how deep that water is. And when it's dirty like that, you can't even tell if the road's still there.
Right, yeah, good point. It doesn't take much water to really mess up your vehicle. Even if you do get through the water, the damage that it might do to the tires and everything else.
I mean, it could suck water in the engine.
Yeah, it's just don't do it. Turn around.
Turn around. Don't drown. And one more weather video to share with you this afternoon. This one is from a possible tornado in Winnebago, Minnesota. This was Monday afternoon. KMIT's meteorologist caught the video in Winnebago shortly before their 5 o'clock newscast on Monday. The Weather Service received multiple reports of tornadoes near Winnebago heading to the northeast, and there could have actually been 2 tornadoes.
Don't actually see the funnel cloud, but you see a bunch of debris getting tossed up there.
And that's kind of the interesting thing a lot of people don't know about tornadoes is you don't need to actually see that whole funnel. You don't even need to see it connecting to the cloud. What you need to look for is what you see on your screen there. That's debris getting thrown into the air. That lets you know that rotation's hitting the ground, even if you can't see the rest of the tornado funnel. So, interesting.
If I'm going to see a tornado, I want to see the funnel though.
And wherever we want to see them, we want to see them kind of where this one is.
At a distance, yes.
At a distance, in a field, not near a structure.
Not near people or structures, yeah.
Yeah, it can go by a windmill. We don't care about that. Spin it around pretty fast.
Yeah,
it's true. Somebody's windmill, I guess. Better than a home, though.
Better than a home, 100%.
Absolutely. And unfortunately, while that severe weather was out to the west, we've got our own chances for severe weather coming back up later this week. In fact, tomorrow. And while this is the end of our 10 Weather Impact show here on 10 TV Plus, later tonight at 6 o'clock, Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz is going to be breaking down the latest on our Weather Impact Alert Day heading to tomorrow. Until then, you can always catch more online at 10tv.com.
See you later.